Alo? Alo? Alo?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Ne? Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Oyun Mikroskobu'ndan Burak Öztürk. Kaldığımız yerden Stanley Parable serisinde devam ediyoruz. 3. bölüm olacak bu. Evet, kayıtlı oyundan başlayayım. En son burada bırakmıştım. Evet. Bakalım Stanley Parable'da neler olacak. Evet. En son yine baştan başlatmıştı. Üç arkadaşları gitmişti. Bu ne anlamına gelebilirdi?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alt yazıları okumayacağım arkadaşlar. Biri öyle öneride bulunmuş. Okuma alt yazıları diye. Ben de okumayacağım.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ta en baştan başlattı. Sol kapıdan girmemiştim o zaman. Şimdi soldan gireyim. Burada ne var? Kimin odası? 413. Hiç insan olmaması da şey ya.
Yet there was not a single person
odası.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Patronun ofisinde ne yapacağız ya? Böyle zıplar gibi, böyle çıkar gibi oluyor ama yok, çıkmayacak. Meeting Shuttle. Shuttle neydi ya? Shuttle tam neydi? Shuttle'ı bilmiyorum, İngilizcesini bilemem şimdi. Do not after without consulting whiteboard manager. Neyse. You must of all. Everyone is unique. Ne diyor? Number of slides on the slides. Slides, charts and slides, charts. What the fuck was that? Neyse gidelim buradan. Açıldı lan, oha.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Evet, bir şey yokmuş.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Evet, öyle yapacağım. Patronumun odasına giden merdivenlerden çıkacağım. Patronumun odası da sanki şekil. Sanki şekil yani. Executive bedroom. Executive. Bunlara basılmıyor. Patron odaya gel ya.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Afalladı.
Shocked, unraveled. Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oha, ilginç. Bana bu kodları yazan kişiyi bulacağım şimdi. Yani nereden yazıyor? Kişi değil de patron yazıyor da nereden yazıyor yani? Nedir? Onu öğreneceğiz herhalde. İlginç.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest.
Aşağıya indik ha.
Free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Sen de var ya, filozof gibisin ha. Filozof gibisin ya.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Kontrol testi mi? Oha. Oha, burası çok garip. Çok sakat duruyor. Bassam mı basmasam mı?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength?
İşte şurası bakın. Biz oradan çıkıyorduk, bakıyorduk. Oradan da kontrol eri işte. Herkese kod gönderiyor ha. Hadi bakalım. Güvenlik kameraları. Of. Gerçekte olarak of.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Evet, bir telefonum çaldı, ondan bir videoyu kestim orada. Şimdi, kameralar var, açmış kameraları, bizi izliyor, dikizliyor. O ne lan? 528'de bir sıkıntı var bak. Ya bir yakınlaşan bir şey yapamıyor ki ya, şu 528 bir daha gelsin. Hop. Bak 528 bir değişik ha. Bak oralarda da bak. Yazılar falan var bazılarında. Bir şey olmuyor yani sonuç olarak. Aşağıya düşebiliyorum, bir an korktum. Düşseydim korkardım yani. Düşemiyormuşum ama. Bakalım bu tarafa gidelim. Burada bu ne lan?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Asla. Olamaz. Olamaz. Kesinlikle olamaz.
Olamaz. Utterly blind to the world.
Oğlum bayağı sistem lan bu, nedir lan?
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
O ne lan? Sigara mı o? Ne o ya? Oho, ben hiç anlamıyorum. Dur bakayım. Bu ses bizim evden mi geliyor? Bu oyundan mı geliyor? Bir şey var, bir ses var. Lan oğlum. Şu kırmızı tuşa basamıyorum ya. Basamıyorum. Neyse tamam. Bir FPS düşmesi var. Anlamadığım bir FPS düşmesi. Sinirlendim şu an. Siz fark etmeseniz de ben sinirlendim yani. Mind controls idle awaiting input. Input pardon. Sorry. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Şimdi arkadaşlar öyle bir seçimdeyiz ki, yani düşünün, öyle bir sistem var ki bu sistemi yok edeceksiniz veya devam edeceksiniz. Ama bu sistem yüzyıllardır, milyonlarca yıldır devam ediyor. Şimdi bu sistemi kapatırsak çok farklı şey olacak, devam ettirirsek aynı devam edecek. Bilemedim şimdi ya, kapatsak mı sistemi, ne olacak? Bence kapanmayacak zaten de. Açayım mı kapatayım? Herkes kapatır abi. Niye kapatayım ki? Farklılık olsun, açayım.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Evet. Kontrol.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better.
Ne diyorsun lan sen?
I'm afraid you don't have
Değişik.
nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long is the detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time.
Bir adamsın lan, manyak mısın lan sen? Oh! Şerefsiz. Ne oldu şimdi? Yaptığın insanlık dışıydı, hayır. Ben bir düzeni devam ettirmek istedim kardeşim. Ben bir sistemi, yani oturmuş bir sistemi yok etmek istemedim. Tamam, farklı bir şey yapmak istedim ama ayıp yani kardeşim, böyle de olmaz. I can't wait to tell this story to my coworkers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. Ben bunu yanına bırakmam onu. Ben bunu onun yanına bırakmam.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on
Niye
his
soldaki
left.
kapıdan
This
gözlemek
was not the
istemiyorum.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Klasik şu sırf bayram kalmak için.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Sen kimsin oğlum? Sen kimsin lan?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Ne olacaktı ya?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Sen kimsin lan?
For me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Kimin lan?
She's been waiting.
Kim oğlum o? She's falan diyor, her diyor. Karı kızdan bahsediyor yani. Oo dur, yapmayın ya. Oha.
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then...
Evet. Alo? Alo? Alo?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Ne?
Hold on, sweetie.
Evet.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Bu ne be?
Gotcha.
Kandırdın mı?
Come on.
Anam! Kandırdın dedi. Sen kimsin? Çevirmen.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Allah'ım, siz beni de alay mı ediyorsunuz?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Günaydın işçi örtü zirveli. Klavye tarafındaki K'ye bas.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oğlum şu an var ya, basmıyorum lan. Ya sen hakaret ediyor, şu an bize hakaret ediyor ya. Ben özgür bir insanım, ben istediğim tuşa basarım.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Lütfen ne konuşuyor şimdi de bak.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Lütfen televizyonu izlemek için Y'ye mi bas? Bu mu abi televizyon?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Bizim Stanley aslında oturan böyle kafasında şeyler yapan.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Burada ne oluyor lan? Bir şeyler oluyor ha. Bak burası değişti falan, buralar değişti.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Lütfen karına onu sevdiğini söylemek için 3'e bas.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Basmayacağım lan. Saat sesi geliyor. Saat sesi geliyor. Basmıyorum. Tam artık basayım bari. Bir zahmet artık basayım bence.
You see? Can he just not hear
Ben
me?
duyamıyorum.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Ya beni delirteceğim bu adam sen ya.
I see. How can I make him look at himself?
Lütfen hiçliği sorgulamak için sıfıra bas. Hiçliği sorgulamak için niye sıfıra basayım ya? Al.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe this
And I
time.
tried again.
Lütfen ölme.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Try again. And Stanley pushed the button. And I try again. And Stanley pushed the button. What the fuck is going on there? Evet, bitti sanırım. Videoyu ben burada bitireyim. Bu salağın sonu yok çünkü. Sonu yok. Bu oyunun sonu yok. Ben bu seriyi ne yapayım abi? Bu bitmez vallahi bak arkadaşlar. Yani seriyi bir noktada sonlandırırım. Ara ara oynarım böyle de. Ara ara oynar videosunu çekerim ama yani bu seri olsun. İşte son bitir oyunu diye bir şey yok. Oyun bak 30 kere bitirdik yani. Her seferinde bir değişik bir şeyler oluyor. Eyvallah. Ara ara böyle videosunu çekerim ben bunu. Şimdi farklı bir oyun aldım yine. Sizi heyecanlandıracak bir oyun. Yani onun da haberini vereyim. Yani önümüzdeki hafta muhtemelen en geç önümüzdeki hafta onun videosu gelir. Korku oyunu bir tane. 10 numara bir oyun. Onun videosunu çekeceğim. Neyse arkadaşlar, beni izlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Videomu beğenip yorum atmayı unutmayın aşağıya. Yorum atın. İşte videoyu beğendiyseniz beğendiğinizi söyleyin. Öneride bulunun. Yani videoda şunu yapma, bunu yapma gibisinden. Ayrıca hangi oyunların videosunu çekmemi isterseniz onları da söyleyin. Onların yorumunu yapın. Bu arada abone değilseniz de videolarımdan haberdar olmak için abone olmayı da unutmayın. Sizleri seviyorum. Hoşça kalın. Esen kalın. Bay bay.